All right, so let's revisit some numbers we showed you at the top of the show. Again, this is generic ballot averages. They ask in the polls, do you want the Democrats or the Republicans to be controlling Congress? You got two different averages here, Real Clear Politics, 538. Bit of a difference between the two of them, each showing the Republicans with an edge. Almost 3 points in Real Clear Politics, just over a point in the 538 average. And as I said, this number's been about where it is right now for a few weeks now. It's caused some, I think, a lot of folks to not be sure what to think about this upcoming midterm election. There's been a lot of discussion about the quality of the polls that go into these poll averages, about the differences you can see from average to average, and about the fact that, hey, there are some past midterm elections where when you looked at the generic ballot average the weekend before the election, it was very clear which party was poised to have a huge night. In 2018, the Democrats were up 7-8 points in the generic ballot. In 2010, the Republicans, when they won 63 seats in Barack Obama's first midterm, had giant leads in the generic ballot. Sometimes you look at the generic ballot and it's very clear the weekend before where it's going. You look at the generic ballot this year, you might scratch your head a little, and you might scratch your head a little when you look at some of the polls that we've seen from some individual House races, too. Environment that seems to favor Republicans, but some numbers that make you think, is there anything else going on here? Is that a little more complicated? So to try to untangle this the weekend before the election, we thought there'd be nobody better to talk to about the battle for the House than the editor of the Cook Political Report, Amy Walter. And Amy, I'm curious. I mean, all the midterm elections I'm talking about here, 2018, 2010, 2006, you know them. You remember them. I'm curious. Do you think that your sense, our sense, the weekend before this election of what this environment is really like, is it clear? Is it as clear as it's been in the past? Is it fuzzier? Are there things that are giving you pause? Are there things you feel confident in? What's your sense of the atmosphere overall?
No, I think you put it really well, Steve. The environment clearly benefiting Republicans. Just the national narrative, where the focus is right now on the economy, the focus on inflation, that's definitely helping Republicans. The other thing we forget, Steve, it's a redistricting year. And I don't know that we've paid enough attention or given enough credit at just how important that issue is, especially in some of these races where incumbent Democrats, like the chair of the Democratic Congressional Committee, running in a district that's 75% new to him. Many of these members are running in districts that on paper are competitive, but where they don't know their constituents very well because they, quite frankly, haven't been on the ballot before. There are so many cross currents going on here, Steve, that it's interesting to watch some of these Democrats who are in tight races right now, tough races in states and in districts that on paper look safe, but because of redistricting, as well as the fact that in many of these states, you have either an unpopular governor or issues going on in those blue states that are also causing people to look for change.
The other question here is turnout. When we're talking about potentially 120 to 130 million people, I mean, that used to be high for a presidential election. Now we're talking about that many voting in a midterm election. Is that a variable that you consider, too, just in terms of creating more uncertainty heading into election?
Absolutely. You know, the other thing that's giving me a lot of uncertainty is where independent voters are going. Usually at this point in the election and that generic ballot, it's pretty clear where independent voters are leaning. But in the most recent polls we've seen, independent voters, again, depending on the model, whether it's a likely voter or registered voter model, anywhere from a low of 3 points separating Democrats and Republicans among independents to a high of 15 points. What I'm wondering is whether these independent voters, many of them still saying they're undecided this close to the election, maybe they just don't show up at all. And what does that do to our turnout? And what does that mean for the final results?